Hey, how's it going? I'm out here working in the wood shop and I'm making some gifts. Making 2 jewelry boxes, one for each of my younger daughters, and I've reached a point where I need to make some little handles that are going to go on the jewelry boxes. So I started fussing around with this. I cut them out on the bandsaw and I got to a point where I put them in the vise, and then I remembered that I bought an Engravers Vice, and I have never used it before. I bought it secondhand at a garage sale, so let me show you what I've got here. This is an Engravers Vice. If you ever find one of these or anything like it, I recommend that you grab it. It has so many useful functions in the shop. If you've ever heard of an Emert Vice, this will emulate all the functions on a small scale of an Emert Vice. You can clamp it in your own vise and bring it up to whatever height that you want. You can see I've got a bench back here that I can sit down, or a stool back here that I'm sitting down on to work on it. And I'm trying to refine these little tiny ebony parts. They're going to go right up against the jewelry box here. So putting this in a regular vise and bending over just was not functional for me. It just didn't work. So this little vise has got all these different abilities to work with it. You can loosen it up here and it swivels in all different directions. You can even pull it all the way down. And I can bend it over one way or the other. In this case, what I'm doing, and it tightens up so easy, what I'm doing is I'm taking a strap of sandpaper and I'm doing the round over. I used a Dremel tool to bring it all the way down. I'm going to put 2 pins in here, and this is going to be the handle for the front of the jewelry box. Cool tool, highly recommended. I have no idea where you find something like this, and I can only imagine how much something like this would cost brand new. So I consider it a lucky find. I paid $75 for this vise, and I wasn't sure if I would even use it. But then I started playing with it a little bit, and for small parts, it has just proved to be so valuable. It's called an Engravers Vice. Here's the 2 jewelry boxes that I'm working on. I did a 4-way matchup on the top here. That's veneer. This other one is a solid top, and I'm going to cut them open. Because it's completely captured, it'll be fine. I thought about doing a sliding top, but in solid wood, when you do a sliding top, you have to be very, very careful, because a lot of times seasonal movement will cause it to warp just ever so slightly, and the in and out motion of sliding it in and out can make it difficult. But if you capture it completely, you've pretty much got a system that can be retained all right. And here is what I'm going to be putting on for the front of this jewelry box. I think it looks pretty good. I like using ebony with the walnut. This is all the local California walnut. They refer to it as Claro walnut. And this is also Claro. It's got a little bit deeper and darker, richer coloring. This veneer is called a cluster burl. And you can see there are 4 pieces that are put together, and I matched them up so that you can get this kind of a pattern out of it. And it's quite attractive. I've got another piece on the inside that is not quite as pretty as this, but I did little pieces right here. I think I'm going to have to put another one right there, or maybe probably just one. Maybe I'll make one just a little bigger, because I'm going to cut it off right here. I'm going to measure down to right there, and that's going to be the opening for the lid. And I've got the same thing on this one over here. You can see the little splines on the edges. So that's where I'm at. It's about 2 days before Christmas. Gosh, I hope I get this done.